Hi, I'm Marcus Coward, and this is Wake Up New Bedford, and I am here with Brian Rudolph. Brian, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, bro.
Of course.
Happy to be here.
And so, for those who know you, but especially for those who don't, help paint a picture of who you are, and you can start with where you're from.
So I'm Brian Rudolph, Brian Rudolph Jr. to be exact.
Okay.
Named after my dad, and I'm from New Bedford, the great city of New Bedford,
Yes,
Mass.
sir.
Man, born and raised.
Okay. And so, have you lived anywhere else?
Yeah, I went to prep school for a year, from 17 years old to 18 in Bridgeton, Maine. And then after prep school, I went to Baltimore. I went to Loyola University, Maryland.
Sure.
So I was in Baltimore for 4 years.
Okay.
Obviously, summer home. But after that, I've been in New Bedford. I got to move around a lot, though, playing basketball on the Cape Verde national team.
Oh, okay.
So I've been in a lot of different places in Africa. Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Angola, Mozambique, Canary Islands. So, like I always say, I got enough away from home that I get to appreciate it the way that I do even more. I think
know
if
what you
you're
mean.
here a lot,
Yeah.
you might not appreciate it the same because you
Yeah.
never got to experience anything different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I take those travels with me back to New Bedford.
For
man.
sure.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And that this still feels like a home you appreciate being at, not a home you're trying to go away from.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you mean.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, I do this with all my guests. Like, paint a picture of what your childhood was like, and I like to go from what school you went to.
Yeah.
So like elementary school.
Yeah. So I went to Sergeant William H. Carney.
Yeah,
Carney
okay.
Academy.
Same.
I actually got to teach there for 9 years too.
Yeah.
Right, which was dope. But I loved Carney. I loved Carney. More so, it was like the West End school.
Sure.
But I grew up in like the South End, Bay Village kid.
Yeah, okay.
Grandmother lived there. So, but it's beautiful, man. I mean, think those areas is everyone knows each other. Very Cape Verdean based areas, the South End and West End, like
Sure.
that Ward 4.
Yeah.
So, man, I have nothing but like a lot of great memories as far as being with my friends outside, playing basketball, playing baseball. I sucked at baseball, playing football,
Sure.
playing release, man. We were just outside, and back then, man, the neighborhood was filled of kids. That was like, I was typically the youngest one in my group for a few years, but we were so active, man. So my childhood, based off like being outside and being with my friends, was actually amazing.
Do you know why you didn't end up going to Gomes?
No, I think my mother wanted me to go towards Connie.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it was just a better school at
Yeah.
the time. Or so she thought. I really don't know. My
Yeah.
friends went to Gomes School.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
lied, man.
Yeah.
But I always went to Connie Academy from 1st to 6th. Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's crazy that it was really in my lifetime. I mean, I guess yours too, but like when I went to school, that like middle school really was from 5th to 8th.
Right.
You know, but like right before that, like my older sister, who's like 30 or 31, was the first class to go. Was the last class at the Old Keith, I think, but that still like went to 6th grade or started at 6th grade or 7th grade.
They changed it, right? Like
Yeah.
Junior high to just middle school.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So why do you think you did have older friends? Do you have an older brother?
No, I was
Okay.
an only child. I was an only child for my mom and my dad. But I think that was just the neighborhood that I was in.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't like the baby, but they were 2 years older than me. You
Okay,
know what
got
I
you.
mean? There's a couple of them that were my age, but I was typically bigger than the ones that were my age. Ain't
Yeah.
like I'm some giant now or anything. But, it was nice, man. It was nice.
And would you say they were neighbors, or you guys like met at the park?
Some were neighbors. We were all in just this one little 2-block radius
Yeah,
from like Purchase
exactly.
to Bedford Street.
Yeah.
And we just had a lot of fun, man. I remember meeting them first when I would play on the crates in the Bay Village when I was always at my grandmother's house.
Sure.
So we'll cut out like the milk crate and put it on the clothing pole.
Okay.
The clothesline pole. And they were like the neighborhood kids going to the park, and I was just in the middle of the Bay Village. They'll come watch me play against my other friends, gas me up. And then when we moved from the Bay Village to, we live right near the Verdian Vets,
Sure.
Purchase Street. That's when like I really got involved with them, which was dope, man. We would play at our summer leagues at Monty's Park. Mr. Brito used to do that. Peter Brito, rest in peace. My mother used to help him out. But then we'll also play in like the Monty's Park Summer League, and then walk to the United Front to play in the Summer League there. It was like
Okay.
summer was full of just basketball and fun, man. Yeah.
And then, so where'd you go to middle school?
I went to Holy Family, Holy Name for middle school.
Oh, sure.
7th and 8th. I didn't believe my mother. My mother told me, you're going to Holy Family for middle school. They had to wear a uniform. I'm not going to no Catholic school.
Yeah.
I didn't believe her till the first day of school when I woke up and my uniform was ironed on the chair.
She's like, you thought I was playing? Yeah.
I refused to believe her. It became real.
Yeah.
I didn't talk for like the first 2 weeks at that school. But then I figured it out. I was like, oh, wait. They like me here. I'm funny here. Like,
sure.
And then I just embraced it, which was like, in hindsight now, it was amazing because it took me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Put me in different environments that I wouldn't typically be in, and became a chameleon and figured that out too. So like, looking at it now, in hindsight, man, it was an amazing experience. I really enjoyed Holy Family, Holy Name.
And so is that still a school?
No, it shut down a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, did you hear anything about why, or?
I'm not sure. If I had to imagine, man, it'd just be the funding, right? It's hard to fund those schools, man. They're not getting the same funding that the public schools get, you know what I mean? It was a good school, man. It was a good experience. And I think it prepared me for high school for sure. Yeah.
And then, so where did you go to high school?
I went to New Bedford High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you feel like it prepared you for that?
Just the way the classes were set up. It was small. It wasn't like there was 400 kids. It was just, all right, you're in 7th grade, there's 25 of you, and you're all in the same class. Even if, I don't even know if the number was 25. It's probably been like 20, right?
Yeah.
8th grade, you were just one class, right? And just the way they taught it, it was more hands-on. You know, hands-on. I would say it was more advanced, too. But I think Carney also prepared me for Holy Family, Holy Name. So I don't know. I just feel like I've been blessed enough to have the right people in my life, teachers, and those experiences that I've always been prepared for the next thing.
So when you're younger, let's say like elementary, middle school, before you get to high school, do you have an idea of what you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah, I wanted to be a basketball player from like I was 7.
Really?
When I was playing on the milk crate on the clothesline, I wanted to be a basketball player.
Who was your biggest inspiration?
I'll go from where I was at the time. So when I was in the Bay Village, I was a big Penny Hardaway fan and Shaq.
Okay, sure.
All right. Now, by the time we moved to Purchase Street, Shaq got traded to the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I went with Shaq. All right. From Orlando to the Lakers, and I was a big Shaq fan. And then Kobe Bryant got drafted by the Lakers, Charlotte to the Lakers, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Kobe fan. I got a Kobe portrait on my leg.
Yeah,
man.
wow, I didn't even notice that.
Kobe, that mentality, man, it took over. Yeah.
I think it might have been you who shared something like on Instagram or Facebook of Kobe, and it was like for a 5-year period, he was the only person to be on the NBA. He was an NBA All-Star and maybe like all defense.
Yeah, it was
for
like first team All NBA and then all defense.
Yeah.
Too, right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy because right now you're hearing a lot of bad talk on Kobe's name. Not so much on his name, but not giving him the credit he deserves.
Yeah, because he was ranked like 11th or something.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know why that's happening now, but that's the media for you.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But Kobe's my guy.
No, he's goated. Yeah. And so, all right, you want to be an NBA player, go to high school, and then so. Do you end up playing for the New Bedford High team?
Yeah, so we were big on, I started playing for who became my high school coach, Coach Ed Rodriguez. The court's named after him.
Oh, that's fire.
At New Bedford High. 2 state championships at New Bedford High. I started playing for him when I was like in 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had a team, Ken King's team and an AAU team that was more like a Cushionette based. I used to go to his camp at New Bedford High School.
Sure.
So me and his son Ryan, who became like one of my best friends, right? We used to battle it out. We were always the top 2 kids in the camp.
Okay.
And you never would imagine, because we used to hate each other. Like, these guys are gonna play together, but he figured it out. Like, let's get these guys playing together now. So by the time they get to high school, they actually might like each other and it's gonna be special.
Sure.
So we spent a lot of time just teaching us how to play basketball the right way. All right. It was just being outside at the parks. I'm more of a street ball player. I was really fast and couldn't really shoot much.
Sure.
But as I started playing with them, I started learning how to play, how to make the game easier, seeing what I was really good at. I was a really good passer. I was a really good scorer, making the game easier for everybody else. So, again, that experience helped prepare me for high school, because once we got to high school, he was the head coach at New Bedford High. He gave us the history of what New Bedford basketball was. So we would watch the films when they were winning the state championships in '93 and '94. So by the time we got there, we knew exactly what we were here for. We were like foaming out the mouth. We wanted to be Whalers, and yeah, it was a special experience.
And so I know that at some point in New Bedford history, there was a real rivalry, you know, even like borderline like dangerous rivalry between New Bedford and Vogue. Was that like while you were there?
Nah, not for us. So growing up, before we got there, it was New Bedford and Durfee. That was the thing, right?
Yeah, sure.
Marcus Wills versus Chris Herron. Even before that, Mike Herron. It's David Rose. It's just different names, right?
Yeah.
From the story to rivalries. But when we got there, for us, it was more so New Bedford Brockton, and then it was New Bedford Newton North. That was like our rivals.
Sure.
Because we used to whoop Durfee.
Yeah. And so, like, how seriously would you take those? Like, were you just trying to improve your game, or you're like, no, we actually got to beat these guys? Like,
well, every game like that was for us, right?
Okay.
We wanted to kill everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
We knew what it was like to play New Bedford style basketball. We're gonna be fast. We're gonna press. We're gonna be unselfish. Like, this is before the game is kind of played the way it is now. Everyone's shooting threes.
Yeah.
We were already playing like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like around here, if you look around, there's not a lot of height around here. Right?
Sure.
We got a little joke about it. It's like, you go to Brockton, everyone's tall, right? Because all the Cape Verdean guys have kids with Haitians, right? Right? Or something like that. You come, or not Nigerian, you come here, all the Cape Verdean guys have kids with the Portuguese girls. So everybody's short.
Yeah. It's all making sense now.
It's all making sense, man. Everyone's short, man. So it's crazy. But it's a style of play in New Bedford. Tough, have a lot of heart. Space the floor out, play unselfish, but we were really good, man. My freshman year, we had 4 freshmen on JV. Our varsity team was really bad that year. We went 20-0 on JV.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, and then the next year we all got moved up to varsity, where we were like 13-7. My sophomore year, I got Standard Times Player of the Year.
Oh, nice.
Got it again my junior year. My junior year, we were the #1 team in the state. We finished like 22-2, I believe, or 23-2. And then my senior year, again, we were really good. Got Player of the Year, Dave Collins Award, like all the accolades you could get in our area. Pretty much got hell of an experience, man. Wouldn't trade it for nothing. I'm a Whaler for life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, were you aiming to go? Was college always in the back of your mind?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
And again, I think it was something I knew I thought that it just comes with after high school, you go to college.
Sure.
Because I used to go to my mother's BCC classes with her when I was like 3, right? Like, she'll take me to class, drop me off in the daycare, so she was working towards her associates and then her bachelor's. I remember leaving or being late to one of my AAU games because my mother got her master's when I was like 13 at Assumption College, and going to, this is actually a good story.
Go ahead.
Going to her ceremony where she got her master's degree, and then right after, driving like an hour to my AAU game. And when we got there, my team was struggling. I was like 7th grade, I want to say, down like 10 points. And I got there like the last 5 minutes. And when I walked in, all the people that were watching the game, like the other teams, like, there he is, he's here. So I get on the court, we're down 10. I'm full of energy. Like, I'm looking at my teammates' face, they're exhausted. So they call a timeout, I go in, we go on like a 12-0 run, win the game.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember it so vividly because it was the day my mother got her master's.
Yeah.
And it was an incredible feeling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you came in to save the team.
Came in to save the team, right?
That's
but
crazy.
just seeing her do that, it made it like, all right, that's the norm for me. I'm going to college. The only difference is I'm getting a scholarship.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going for a scholarship. I was hell bent on that. I got to get a scholarship. And we were very proactive with it too, because my high school coach did a good job of telling me exactly what we're supposed to be doing, and I got to experience it too with his son. So we did a lot of camps that would be like, I went to the Yukon camp every year, stay over camp for like 4 days, play against different competition, and I would develop confidence at these camps. So I'll go to Yukon camp, win MVP, win the championship, win one-on-one. I'm like, I'm actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll go to a 5-star camp and like that was like the big camp back then for notoriety, and be an all-star out of 20 kids out of 500 kids, they pick 20 all-stars and I'll be one of them. Like,
wow.
I'm actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So just being out in these environments, you people are seeing you too, because college coaches will work in all these camps too.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this kid's good. We got to keep an eye out on this kid. And then my mother and I were very proactive with like sending our own letters to schools too.
Oh,
but before they actually started recruiting me, we'll get a book with every college. All right, write down the schools you like, and I'll just go off what I seen on TV. I like this one. I like that guy. I'll write them down. We'll send our own letter to this school.
Yeah.
And by the time my junior year came around, they were all coming to me. They were all coming to New Bedford High and coming to watch me at camps, and that's when the process really went crazy.
And so when I was talking to Joanne, he was saying that colleges would look at the AAU teams in games to recruit players even more so than the high school games.
Yeah, I would say now that's more of a thing.
Yeah.
From during my time, like you're still getting recruited heavily during your high school season.
Okay, cool.
Now it happens more on your during your AAU period. They still would come during that time to like offer you the scholarship, but I was getting a lot more recruitment done during like the winter season versus the summer.
And so, like you just said, like for AAU, a lot of people use it to get recruited. But during your time, was it more so to train and just because you were passionate about basketball? Or like, what is the reason? Are you just doing it for fun?
No, it was still like AAU. You knew you were gonna play against the best, right? So now there's so many different AAU teams.
Yeah,
that wasn't a thing before.
Okay,
you might have had, I don't know, 30 teams in the state of Massachusetts playing AAU. Now there's like over 1,000.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I had no idea.
No,
okay.
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right? So if you finished in the top 3 in Massachusetts, you went to AAU Nationals, and that was the biggest event.
Yeah.
That was in Disney World or Florida.
Got you.
For the most part, or they'll have different locations. I know we went to Houston, Texas one year. We went to New Orleans, Florida a couple times. And when you get there, you're playing against the best of the best. So you're playing against Virginia State Champion. You're playing against New Orleans State Champion, which on our team, again, going back to like the genetics of New Bedford or the South Coast in general, we weren't just a New Bedford team, right? My AAU team, we wouldn't have a lot of size.
Yeah.
So when people looked at us, they thought, like, what are they even doing?
Yeah, exactly.
And then the game would stop, and that would go away quick because the way we played and how we understood how to play with each other.
And we got hustle.
Exactly. We played the right way, and we had that camaraderie. We were with each other from 6th grade all the way through high school, so we just knew where each other was gonna be. So that was dope, man. It was dope because I remember one tournament. We were playing in Florida. We were playing the New Orleans State Champion. It was an 8 a.m. game, which is awful. All right, 8 a.m. game. Hours away from home. We were probably just on the flight the night before, and there was only one coach watching us. It was like the Stony Brook coach. They were there to watch me. And then we're playing the New Orleans team. Big, 6'7", 6'9". Their guards, the point guard, 6'3". I'm 5'11", right? We're up quick. We're up like 10. Now we're up 20. Now we have the North Carolinas, like the big, high major schools. Like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
No one's expecting it. They thought it was just, this team's going to beat them by 30. That was the dope part about AAU, which is kind of similar to what it is now still.
And so how did you deal with pressure? I mean, you've been playing sports and especially basketball since you were young. You know, is that something you were able to deal with since you were young, or did you have to work through how to deal with that pressure?
More so preparation. So like, again, like that Kobe mindset, like, just being prepared, working. Like I can't stop working.
Okay.
Like I even to this day, it's a habit that I'll never be turned off. It's such a good habit that I just work, so that when those moments come, I'm prepared for them, and that's just how I go about like everything in my life, right? Like nothing's coming surprise, right? Just I'm gonna be prepared. If I'm not good at this, I'm gonna work on that. Like I really try to look at every obstacle as an opportunity, you know.
Sure.
We live by this saying, can't cheat the grind, right? So
you
get
live
what
by
you
that.
put in, I live by that, right? Say it every time I get, every chance I get, you live by that. You get what you put in. If you work, and there's so many cliche things you could say. Shoot for the Moon if you miss you amongst the stars. All those things are great, and Can't Cheat the Grind is right there with me for the same meanings, right? Just if you work, you're gonna be constantly prepared, and when you're prepared, you're ready for those moments.
Where do you think you got that mentality from? And where do you think you got that phrase from? Can't cheat the grind.
I seen it once. It was like you don't cheat the grind. You get what you put in. Right? Something along those lines, right? Like what was I'm trying to think of the exact wording for it.
Yeah.
But it was years ago. It was like when I first started doing my basketball training. So I started that in 2012, like the year I graduated, after I graduated college, and I seen it and it just resonated with me. It's like this is speaking to me.
Yeah.
And I just rode with it. I put it on my camp T-shirts, Can't Cheat the Grind. Then try to change it into the acronym CCDG. I got it tattooed on me at this point, right? So we just rode with it. But I think seeing the way my mother worked, right, 1,000%. Even when my father was big on lifting weights, how hard he worked. We had a weight room for like a year in our house once, and he would just kill it in there. Like just seeing these things and being around the right environments, I think it just instilled in me. Being a big Kobe fan and just watching it, man. That's how I believe. Like if you want to do something, you gotta go work for it. Right?
You gotta take it seriously.
You gotta take it seriously. It's not gonna be given to you.
Yeah.
And I was brought up that way.
And so you bring up college. Did your college career go the way you wanted? Like you're preparing your whole life for this moment. Like how did that go for you?
So it was different for me. I committed to like 4 different schools, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So going into my senior year, I had offers from like 5 different schools, but they weren't necessarily schools I wanted to go to. They were lower than what I thought of myself.
Sure.
Right? So I ended up committing to UNH, University of New Hampshire.
Okay, sure.
Right, and then like the night before I was ready to sign the letter of intent the next day at New Bedford High School, I literally cried to my mother like I can't go here.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to go here. And she was like, "You believe in yourself?" I was like, "Absolutely. I want to play my season now." This was like in October. Our season starts in November. She's like, "Don't sign it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself." So I didn't sign it. Then I went into my senior year and I killed it. Right? I was averaging like 25 a game, 11 assists. And then George Washington had came around, and they offered me. I think I had a 39-point, 20-assist game in East Boston in front of the head coach.
Wow.
And like a week later, I was in Washington, D.C. Eating fried chicken at his house. It's crazy with his family and his wife. So they had offered me, and I was like, at the time, they were a top 25 school in the country. It's like, I'm going to go here. I want to go here. So I like verbally committed there.
Okay.
And they wanted me to go to prep school for a year after high school.
Okay, got you. That explains
Now,
that.
at that time, going to prep school was like you don't go to a knock on your game. I don't need to go to prep school.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing. Now that's the thing, right? At that time, it was like you don't go to prep school. So as I kept playing, more schools became more interested. So eventually, Providence College offered me.
Okay.
I remember watching Providence College in my grandmother's my room at my grandmother's house, like on TV.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, that's fire. That's right up the street.
Yeah.
And that's the Big East. And I was a big UConn fan.
Okay.
So having a chance, like I said, I used to go to UConn camp.
Yeah.
They didn't offer me, but I was like, I get an opportunity to play against them. I don't know George Washington.
Really?
I was like, I want to go to PC.
Okay.
So then I committed to PC.
Okay.
I actually signed my letter of intent to go to PC. And then my senior year, April vacation, got into a fight. Me and some of my friends got into some trouble.
Yeah.
They ended up like the scholarship ended up being like up in the air.
No.
Right.
Okay.
It was a high profile thing, like assault and battery, a dangerous weapon. So they ended up pulling the scholarship away.
Okay.
But I had to go to prep school for a year. I ended up finding a prep school late. That's how I ended up in Bridgeton, Maine.
Yeah. Okay.
For a year, which was like such a blessing and a great opportunity there. So.
And so, like, I didn't really know that was a thing to, like, go to a prep school just for a year in order to just, like, help with your game, or?
Right. So a lot of kids that were there on my team, they were there for either a grade situation or they needed that extra year just to be seen, to be developed.
Sure,
right.
sure.
And in certain cases, like for the George Washington example, they needed me there because they already had, I don't know, 12 guys on scholarship.
Yeah.
It's like if you go to post grad for a year, that's what they do. If you're a senior, go and you double back on your senior year at prep school, you're post grading.
Yeah.
And not every prep school does that, but the one I went to does that, right?
Sure.
So I ended up going to Bridgeton Academy, which was amazing. We were the #1 basketball team in the country all year.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you see like the dude Michael Beasley that plays in the Big Three.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like really popular. He was the #1 player in the country at that time. So we lost to his team in the national championship. We beat them in the regular season. They beat us in the national championship. So we were a really, really good team. We had 13 other scholarship guys just on our team.
Yeah.
So it was like an iron sharpens iron type of deal. And they gave me a chance. I was high honor roll there for the year. It was amazing, man.
And so where'd you end up going for college?
So I ended up going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now we got here.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to, at that time, PC was still recruiting me. Other schools were coming in, but at the time, these schools didn't really know who I was outside of a basketball player, and they know I had just gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
So they were just like, can we take a chance on this kid?
Yeah.
I've never gotten in trouble in my life. So they were like, all right, we don't know. And there was one school, Loyola, Maryland, Loyola University, Maryland.
Yes, you're saying. Okay.
That they recruited me my senior year in high school, and they came to a game at Durfee.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't give them the time of the day. I was like, hey, I'm not going there.
Just because you never heard of them?
No, well, I never heard of them, and I was just like, nah, they were a mid-major school. I was hell-bent on high major.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So I was like, I'm not going there. And I had PC and like Nebraska. I had different schools around, George Washington still. Yeah, I'm not going there. So they came to all of our open runs. They stood in constant communication. I still had like URI around. I had a situation with Purdue University that was like, oh, if this kid doesn't take his redshirt year, you could come. We had a scholarship for you. Like Washington State was an option. That's the other side of the country.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, I was like, okay, what's the right choice for me?
Yeah.
Who's being most loyal to you? Who really wants you? And like Loyola became the no-brainer. Yeah. So that was like, I don't know, my fourth school.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's such a crazy journey. And like just saying like you committed to 4 schools like sounds crazy, but that whole process makes so much more sense after you explain it.
Yeah.
And were you not scared of going away from home? Like, were you open to going anywhere in the country, really?
Nah, you know what? Being in Maine at an all-boys school.
Okay.
That way, I was like, if I could do this
you can
for
do
a year,
Yeah.
I'm going to college. It don't matter where I am. There's girls here too. Sign me up.
Yeah.
But I went on my visit to Loyola, and it was like something out of a movie. Seriously, the way they took care of us, like the dinners we went to. Oh man, it was amazing. Like looking at the bill that they had for me and my family, and I was just like, damn, they really like me here. And they were up and coming. The coach that I played for, Jimmy Patsos, he got the job maybe like 4 years prior, and they had 1 win on the season. They were like 1-28. Now, fast forward 3 years after that, they won like 16 games the year before I got there.
Okay.
And they had transfers from Providence College, transfers from Maryland, transfers from Notre Dame. They had everything in place.
Yeah.
And like, we need you to be our point guard. And all these guys were 24-year-old seniors. They were old. I was coming in as an 18-year-old. I was like, I just got to do this. These guys are already good at coming from here. Like, this is going to be an experience.
Yeah.
And I loved my visit. I loved what they were pitching to me and my family. And I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
And it worked out.
It worked out.
And so we'll talk about what comes after that. I mean, you were talking about the Cape Verdean national team, and now you've had a long career in basketball. We'll continue more with that in part 2, and then we'll take it from there. And especially just, I mean, we didn't even get to your teaching career and how you actually fell into running these basketball programs.
Right.
Super excited to know more details about that. Sure. So thank you, everyone, for watching part 1. Definitely catch us in part 2 where we continue this conversation and learn a little bit more about Brian. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and catch us in part 2. Peace.